Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Colorado Rockies rebuild on Out of the Park Baseball 26. This is episode 4, and things aren't looking too bad, all things considered. When last we left off, however, things were especially grim. We had only won one game out of 12. However, I played a 4 game series against the Phillies off stream, and we took the series 3-1, including a 9-1 victory. So, get us started on a little run here. The other big point of note is that our pitching rotation has had a little bit of a facelift. Herman Marquez has been moved to the bullpen. Antonio Senzatella has moved down in the pecking order in the bullpen. And we have Austin Gomber, who has currently given us 4 starts so far, his best ones come against the Giants and the Phillies. Similarly, Sean Burke is on this team via the White Sox. We acquired him in a trade where I sent over 2, shall we call, fringe players. First is Keston Herrera, who was signed on a minor league contract. Realistically, there was never going to be a place for him on our team. So we've thrown him in here, and never know. He has a better chance of playing for the White Sox than he does for us. But we also traded relief prospect Jaden Hill. Now, let's be frank with ourselves. Right now, Jaden Hill is not very good. The Rockies played him a little bit last year. He got 10 innings, didn't do great, shelled, but the BABIP and WHIP were solid. However, he is clearly not ready for the majors. I don't know when he will be. If he hits his potential, he could be, one of the better relievers in baseball. But we already have a handful of relievers and prospects that fit this sort of mold. And what we don't have is a young starting pitcher that we think we can build around to years to come. Sean Burke could legitimately be that. The control isn't great. It's a 40. But everything else, 50s, 60s, his fastball could be a 75. He's looking pretty good. For some reason unknown to God and man, the White Sox had him in AAA for the majority of this year. Don't quite understand that. So he's had to get a little bit up to speed again. He hasn't really been a starter this whole year. And he pitched against the Phillies, 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, a walk, 4 Ks. Nothing really doing there, but we will have to get his stamina back in working order. So currently, as our rotation sits, Kyle Freeland, Austin Gomber, Sean Burke, Spencer Turnbull, and Scott Randall. So a little bit of a shakeup there in our rotation. Hopefully, one of Turnbull and Randall can prove to be either a good trade piece or someone we could extend in the future. Other organizational moves. Let me look. Ezequiel Tavar. He is in AAA. Now, he's not going to be in AAA long. He is just here while I test out a little infield rotation switcheroo. He has been horrendous this year. There's no way about it. His average is sub 2. His on-base percentage is sub 225. His OPS is 550. And he's already worth negative WAR in 40 games. He is even worth negative WAR in AAA right now. That's going good. He also has 10 errors, and this isn't his fault. Out of the Park Baseball has never been good with errors and defensive ratings for shortstops. So that's its own thing. But he is going to be in AAA for a bit, just while we kind of get the infield sorted out. Because Tiago Estrada has returned from the injured list and his minor league assignment. to be our everyday second baseman. I need a strong defender at second base. Estrada, he has a player opt out and then a team opt out. Regardless of what he does in the player opt out, odds are I'm going to avoid the last year because it's 7 million. But we're going to give Estrada a little bit of run here at second to see if he could be someone that we want to keep around next year. Speaking of guys that may or may not keep around, Mickey Moniak has been waived and DFA'd. His OPS plus was a -3. Need I say more? I doubt he gets called up to the majors the rest of the year, so he's just going to stay in AAA, get some at bats, see what he can do. Other than that, so far, we're holding steady. Ryan Ritter continues his tear as the greatest hitter in the history of baseball. So far his slugging is 510. His OPS was 1 at one point. He's doing great. Defensively also, he's been a solid shortstop and second baseman for us, which is really good. So Ritter could have a nice backup infielder role slotted out for him in the future. But that's enough housekeeping. Let's get into some games. So today, my plan is we're going to play out the rest of May and get a decent way into June. The first year player draft in this first year isn't until July. So likely I'll do the rest of June off stream. And then next video, we'll get through July, do the first year player draft, and get past the All-Star break. That is my plan. May it succeed. And our first game today is against the New York Yankees, who, unsurprisingly, nearly have us beat in every position in the lineup. We're rocking Kyle Freeland. They're going with Max Fried. Hilliard, I want to sit. So Brenton Doyle is going to hit leadoff. Sean Bouchard, who I've benched essentially, is going to hit in left field. I need him to hit the baseball. Be really cool if he could do that for me. And then Austin Nola is going to take Hunter Goodman's spot at catcher. So we got Doyle leading off, Ryan McMahon behind him, Jose Abreu at 3, Toglia 4, Beck 5, Bouchard 6, Estrada 7, Nola 8, Kyle Farmer bringing up the rear. Chris Bryant will get the rest. So here we go. Kyle Freeland against the New York Yankees. I'm not terrified at all. Should I be? Probably. There we go. Line out to short to begin. So Kyle Farmer is currently playing in short full time. And by that I mean the last 2 games, because second base, he had a handful of errors. He was starting to grade out negatively. So he's going to play short. And then hopefully that should increase the overall defense of our infield with Estrada in second, as Cody Bellinger decides to ruin my day with a 1-out double. How dare he? So overall, this defensive picture looks pretty good. Keep in mind, Sean Bouchard's the backup outfielder. But in terms of defensive rating, we're looking really, really solid. Now, if we could have a pitching rotation that could help that'd be great. And Aaron Judge with the RBI single. And just like that, 3 runners in, already losing to the Yankees. Paul Goldschmidt walked on 4 pitches. This game could get out of hand very quickly. All right, striking out the rookie Dominguez does help, I must admit. How about Austin Wells? He walks well. So bases are loaded for Chaz Chisholm. Here we go. And he strikes him out. Kyle Freeland gets out of the jam that he himself created completely. Brenton Doyle back hitting leadoff today. Can he get me anything, as he's been, outside of Tovar, our biggest disappointment so far this season. But he gets on first base here. We will definitely be looking for him to steal without question. All right, chill. There we go. And Doyle steals second for his 18th steal of the season. Ryan McMahon uselessly grounds out the third. But don't worry. Adopted son, Jose Abreu, up to the plate. And he hits the line drive to left field. That'll score Boyle. Thank you, Jose. RBI double. There we go. I would love nothing more than for Jose Abreu to get hot and I can just trade him for a prospect package. I would like nothing more. But something tells me I won't really get what I want. So you never know. All right, Jordan Beck now, who's getting a lot of run in right field with Mickey Moniak being sent down. He gets the RBI single. Very nice. Good, sir. Sean Bouchard, redemption arc. It'll have to wait. Fly out to center. All right. Will we get runners in scoring position for the Yankees? No. All right, Estrada works the full count. Yeah. K's. What's the point? Austin Nola deep to the warning track. That'll be a double. Look at Austin Nola putting in the work. Did I ever have a doubt in his capabilities? Yes. That's why Jacob Stallings was on the roster to start the year. Yeah, Farmer K's. Yeah, strikeouts are a significant problem for this group. Doyle grounds out. That'll do. But hey, I mean, Austin Nola keeps getting on base, which I'll take that. All right, Jose Abreu at second now. Come on, Taglia. Deep but not deep enough. That's caught. Jordan Beck. The classic ground out to the pitcher. Though the animation made it look like the first baseman had to step off the bag to get that ball. I'm just saying. All right, Cal Freeland's doing pretty well these last few innings. Sean Bouchard swings at a 3-1 count and lines out. Useless outfielder. I say useless. It's a bit mean. But you never know. Austin Nola. Not the best showing from our hitters, I must admit. All right, so Freeland's on 62 pitches. He got through the fifth clean. He's now on 72, so pretty quick inning from him. Brenton Doyle is on second. I am not going to have him steal third, though it would be kind of funny. McMahon flies out to left. Do I want to pinch hit for Abreu? I don't think so. Let me look at Fried's. Yeah, no, he's been great against lefties, great against righties, so we'll let Abreu face him a third time. Ground out to first. All right. So, Freeland is now at 72. I'm going to warm up Yeah, I'll warm up Senzatella, operating under the assumption that all he's going to need to do is finish the sixth. All right, Goldschmidt walks. Not a great guy to have on there. Dominguez hits it deep. It's back. Caught by Doyle. Thank you, sir. All right, Austin Wells, have you been better against lefties or righties this season? You have been much better against lefties. So yeah, we're going to pull Freeland here. Did really, really good work. Senzatella in to face Wells. All right, he strikes out Wells. Thank you, sir. Oh, he's jawing to the umpire. He's ejected. Down goes Austin Wells. I think you should suspend him for 2 games, MLB. Wild pitch isn't great. What is Nola's blocking? 55. Okay. All right, Jazz Chisholm with the full count. Senzatella walks. And Peraza hits it deep to the warning track. That's off the wall. There goes our beautiful lead as Senzatella allows a 2 RBI double. All right, on that cue, Tyler Kinley's going to get warming up. And Senzatella walks Grisham. Yeah, we're just gonna put Kinley in. The wheels fell off Senzatella's car very quickly. All right, and Togli is there. Volpe goes down. All right, well, there goes our lead. But we got runners on second and third, 1 out. Max Fried is on 99 pitches. Estrada gets it into the outfield. That'll score 1. An ambitious second run, and the lead is back. As Estrada plates them both. Thank you, sir. I'm going to have him try to steal. There we go. Estrada is at second. Because Ben Rice has a worse arm than Austin Wells, so might as well get our money's worth there. What is Ben Rice's defensive ratings in this game? I haven't looked. Not great. Yeah, just not great. That's the answer to my question now. Kyle Farmer gets it into the outfield. Will it be enough to score Estrada? Yes, it will. And that is why you steal second more often than not, folks. Brenton Doyle hits it high, but shallow. All right, we got the lead back. That'll do. I think I'm going to have Kinley. Let's see. Do they get runners in scoring position? No. Good man. I'll get Ronnie Garcia warmed up because I do not have any of my setup men or closer available. You know, Ryan McMahon, you're not doing too hot. We're going to have Ryan Ritter pinch hit here. See what he can do against Brett Hedrick. Or Brent. He can strike out is what he can do. Oh, boy. All right, Abreu Becker on base for Sean Bouchard. The redemption arc. Falls. Flat on its face. He grounds out. All right. Okay, so I need a third baseman. So I think, yeah, we're going to have Farmer move to third. Ritter takes shortstop. And then I'm going to see if Kinley can get Ben Rice. Because I don't have that many bullpen arms, and we got a big stretch of games coming. He gets Rice. I'll let him face Chaz. Oh, that was the wrong decision. As Chisholm hits it deep, it's off the wall. And he is at second safely. On that cue, let's bring in Ronnie Garcia to face Peraza. Peraza hits it deep, but that's caught at the warning track. Thank you, Bouchard. Can we get Grisham swinging? Yes, we can. All right. Very good. What is the... Yeah, I'm going to have Seth Romero start to warm up because I think I'd rather him be in the late game situation than Garcia, but I also don't want to burn another lung reliever. As they hit Estrada, that's a bit rude. Steal on him again. That's my vote. Carlos Carrasco, by the way, in the bullpen in this universe. There we go. Oy, Estrada's gunned down. Dang. All right. All right. No runners in scoring position. So it's Volpe, Bellinger, and Aaron Judge. Can they get 2 runs? Anthony Volpe begins with a pop out. That'll do. Bellinger, how are your splits? He is horrendous against lefties. Judge is better. I think we'll let Garcia face Bellinger. And Bellinger, in error. Really, guys? All right, get Judge. In error, and then a wild pitch puts Bellinger at second. Oh, jeez. This is why we can't have nice things. All right, if Garcia walks Judge, I'm bringing in Romero. Well, he didn't walk him, but he allowed the line drive. Bellinger didn't score, though, which is good. Goldschmidt, give me your splits. You are better against lefties. Come on, Garcia. Get him, get him, get him. All right. Sack fly, I assume Bellinger scores on that. Yeah. All right, they got one. Mr. Dominguez, you are much worse against lefties, but I don't want to burn I don't want to burn Romero, so come on, Ronnie. Get the K. Grounds and another error. Guys. Estrada's error, by the way, is at 60. 2 errors and a wild pitch is where we're at mentally as a society. Here's Ben Rice. And he smacks it to right field, caught, ball game. Goodness gracious. That was so more complicated than it needed to be at the end. But I think Kyle Freeland did pretty well. Senzatel obviously got shelled, but shout out to Kinley and Ronnie Garcia. Did good enough to hold it down. And we take the opener against the Yankees. That'll do. That will do. All right, let me sim game 2 and see how Austin Gomber does. We win it 8-4. Very nice. Home runs from Ryan McMahon, multiple hits from Beck, Doyle, Goodman. That'll do. A grand slam from McMahon also. Gomber did okay. Romero did pretty good. And then Kinley pitched again. Quit running my 35-year-old in the ground. Also, unsurprisingly, we have no one in AL voting or All-Star voting, just in case anyone was curious. All right, so let's play this second game. Sean Burke on the mound. No one is tired. I think I'll give Estrada a little rest. We'll put Ryan Ritter in at second. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep Jose in at DH. Well, no. Tagle is tired, so I'm going to do both. Abreu will move to first. Chris Bryant will DH in the 4 spot. I think that is that, and I'll give Goodman another game against the Yankees. And Carlos Rodon, the first Sean Burke. Allowed a leadoff double, but nothing to. Oh boy. Nothing like Chisholm and Dominguez on first and second with Aaron Judge up. First of all, what are these uniform combinations? I have questions. We have bases loaded with 1 out for Paul Goldschmidt. K him. K him on 3 pitches. Get him. Burn him. He didn't burn him, but we get the throw home. And down goes Chisholm. Okay. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Cody Bellinger. That's going to get through and score 2 runners, unfortunately. All right, but they get the runner at third, it looks like, even though the animation did not match what happened. We finally get runners. Second and third, 1 out. Sam Hilliard K's unceremoniously. Ryan McMahon grounds out unceremoniously. All right. So Burke is already on 54 pitches, which is less than ideal, but he got through the fourth okay. And we got a run. Thank you, Brenton Doyle. Ryan Ritter K's. How dare they? All right, let's start warming up. Herman. He's still cold, so you're facing Dominguez, buddy. All right, ground out to first. Do I want Burke to face Aaron Judge? Sure, why not? Well, get Goldschmidt. And the wild pitch or worse score, Osvaldo Cabrera. Get him. There we go. All right. He got the K to end the outing, but not great from Burke. And we really need him to do solid in that rotation. Marquez, can you strike out Osvaldo? No, but I'll take the ground out. I'll take what I can get, in all honesty, at this point. All right, we got a second run there. And Chaz Chisholm hit a solo homer. Not great. I'm honestly going to have Senzatello warm up again in case Herman doesn't get through the eighth. Bellinger flies out. Cool. Don't walk Wells. Don't walk Wells. Well, he walked Wells. So Senzatello is going to come in for Grisham. I have faith. The guys. So they're just saying that neither guy called it and the ball just hit the ground. That's not an error, by the way, which is interesting. I guess you would probably then put the blame on Hilliard for not getting there as the outfielder, whereas McMahon had to come further. But nothing doing. Fly out, strike out, Senzatella gets out of the jam. Nothing from our offense in the eighth. Senzatella is just getting killed. At this point, sorry, Senzatella, you're just going to have to suffer. Yeah. Oh boy, I need to find something that works for Senzatella, and unfortunately, just nothing is working. Which, I mean, it's a shame. But man. All right, we're gonna have Toglia pinch hit here for Chris Bryant. Nice. Yeah, Jordan Beck can take this. And nope. Grisham caught that. And then Doyle can take this also. Nothing. All right, well, we won the first two, but the Yankees take the third. Not a great pitching performance, really. I mean, yeah, everyone gave up runs. Senzatella, I think. I mean, no one's going to want to trade for him, so it's becoming just a do I release him? When do I release him sort of thing. But we got the Cubbies in town. I'm going to sim game one. See how we do. Well, it got delayed, so we have a doubleheader. Oh boy. And I can't say resume game. Oh, it got postponed mid game. It did. Okay. And the screen is just completely black. This is a wonderful viewing experience. There we go. It fixed itself. Okay. So we come to you, and it said Turnbull has only pitched 6 pitches. Ah, he doesn't get a pitch number because it got postponed. Well, this could be interesting. Do I game the system and let him pitch? Nah, nah, nah. Well, I think I'm gonna have Lucas warm up anyway, but let's see if we can get some more runners here. We get 2 more. Thank you. Oh yeah, there we go. He's in the yellow. Okay. Let's get Lucas in there then. Because I also think it's not realistic for the starter to pitch 2 days in a row, obviously. Let's get Victor warming up. Come on, please, Lucas. Well, that ball is lost in Ivy forever. Why can't we ever just have a nice, clean experience, I ask you? Please strike out Matt Shaw, please. My kingdom for a competent bullpen. Now I know the struggle of Dave Dombrowski in those early mid 2010 Tiger teams. Vodnik, please. Thank you. All right, well, it's tied up 4-piece going into the 9th. I'm going to wait to warm anyone up depending on if we score a run here. If we score runs, the closer's coming in. If we don't, Ronnie Garcia's coming in. All right, Doyle and Estrada both struck out, so let's hedge our bets and get Garcia warming up. Unless Hunter Goodman solo homer. No. Okay. Did I put Scott Alexander in? I'm not going to question it. Maybe I should have questioned it, as we have runners at first and second with no outs, and he just walked Drew Ellis. Pencil this in as a loss, I think, unless Alexander can strike out Pablo right here. Or double play. It's like I don't remember putting Scott Alexander in there. Maybe I did. I just completely forgot it. But, oh well. That was hideous. Yeah, Lucas wasn't great. I mean, Turnbull pitched well, but Scott Alexander just got run there. Let me sim the second game of the doubleheader with Scott Randall. All right, we win that one 7-3. Good on you. Hilliard, I need to look. What is Hilliard's splits when he bats leadoff versus when I hit him everywhere else? Yeah, he's not doing that great. But that is what it is. All right, I will play this game against the Cubbies, mainly because a lot of guys are going to be fatigued, and I want to be the one to manage that, not the AI. So, all right, Farmer sits and Beck sits. So Sean Bouchard is just going to hit in right field. Ryan Ritter is going to take shortstop. And yeah, Hunter Goodman will take this one. And now let's keep Chris Bryant in here. All right, Kyle Freeland. I believe that you have a good pitching performance somewhere in there. I was terrified that we were about to give up like 3 runs in that first inning. I believe in you, Goodman. My belief in you is getting more difficult as the days go by. It's fine. So what if Freeland needed 25 pitches to get through the first? And we have an error. Whomst? Ryan McMahon. How does a gold glove? I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to question how this game does its defensive stuff because we all know it makes no sense. And Ryan McMahon hits it deep back at the wall and caught at the ivy. Runners do not advance. Chris Bryan hits it though. That's a little bloop single. We'll take that. All right, base is loaded. Michael Toglia, just don't strike out. He did. He in fact did strike out. And Sean Bouchard swings on the 3-1 pitch, and that is that. Bases loaded, 1 out. Goose egg. Not great. Through 4 innings, we are scoreless. Through 5 innings, we are scoreless. Oh boy. All right. They've finally got to Freeland in the 6th. Come on, get a McMahon redemption arc. There we go. Okay. Well, they've scored a run in 6 innings, and yet somehow that is more than we've been able to do. Yep. Down to the 7th we go. Seth Romero, shut him down. Thank you. 13 pitches, he's good to go. All right, come on, Sam. Okay, we have a runner who I am going to send. There we go. Hilliard gets his steal. And now McMahon, you're just going to take a pitch. 2-0 count, take the 3rd pitch. 3-0 count, okay. Yeah. Full count and he grounds out. Man. If I could have consistent production from anyone not named Kyle Farmer in the infield, I'd be a happy man. I don't have any lefty subs off the bench, which is a bit awkward. Come on, Chris. Another ground out to shortstop. Levy. Oh, evidently. I came out to argue the call. Neat. And Toglia K's. I'm going to need to sit Toglia for a couple games because he's cold and all of his numbers are just cratering. Ah, and they got to Romero. This is why I can't have nice things. K Suzuki, please. Double play works too. Second for 1, first for the 2nd. All right, there we go. We're back. We're back in business. Get Dansby Swanson, please. 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 No dice. All right, Swanson gets a board. All right, Mr. Crow Armstrong Extraordinaire, you are much worse against lefties, so Romero is going to stay in. Dansby gets the base. And got the ground out. Cool. All right, we have to score 2 runs in 1 inning. Is that possible for us? I don't know. I'm going to pinch hit back for Bouchard. And DKs. Fair enough. Fair enough. And we are shut out. That wasn't great. And no one had multiple hits. Freeland pitched pretty well, but no dice there. A personal message from Kyle Freeland. I'll be blunt. This team is going nowhere, and I want out. Kyle Freeland has handed in his trade request after putting in the best performance of his season. Well, I'm going to be honest, Kyle. This is your contract, so it's going to be a little tough. We have a day off that I'm just going to sim through. I mean, let's play this out. Who wants Kyle Freeland? No one. Cool. What if I retain, let's say, 25% of his salary? So I'm eating 4 million each year. No one. Cool. Good talk, everyone. Oh boy. All right. Well, I now have a fully rested bullpen, which is nice. Lord help me. All right, let's sim game 1 against the Mets. We win it 4-1. Nice. And Tugly got a couple of hits. No home run. We are physically incapable of hitting home runs, and I love it. Estrada, by the way, is not doing great. But Gomber pitched pretty good. Senzatella, 2 2/3, scoreless. Are we back? Scott Alexander got the save. Speaking of which, I should save. All right. Let's do the second game. We'll sim and see if Sean Burke can lock it down. It'd be nice. Wouldn't hate it. We lost 2-3. Burke, it wasn't a quality start, but he did okay. Senzatella pitched again. Why does the game not want to play any of my other healthy guys? They're like, no, Senzatella can do it. And evidently he is. But, Jose Abreu got a 2-run homer, which is nice, but no one else hit the baseball. Has Estrada had a multi-hit game? No. The answer to that question is no, for those keeping track at home. All right, player development update. Sean Burke movement drops in his overall drops, which is a bit annoying. Antonio Knowles, who is one of my depth relievers, has had a horrible season so far and took a bit of a hit. Wyatt Olds, who I like as a starter, but his control needs a lot of work. He's not doing great in Double-A. The BABIP is 333, 1.7 WHIP. He needs more time there. Baltazar, all of his stuff dropped. Also, Baltazar, I think, should be a reliever. Yeah, I'm gonna make that switch. Let's set him as a reliever. That should help his stuff a little bit. And see what he can do. So not great news from the old development updates. It must be said. All right, let's play game 3 against the Mets. Estrada is gonna sit. Ryan Ritter is gonna take second base. Brenton Doyle is cold, so he can get a rest. Also, Sam Hilliard will move to center. Bouchard can hit 6th. Nola in for Goodman. Though Goodman I saw, yeah, he's starting to turn a little bit, starting to turn the corner. That's not who I wanted to click on. Chris Bryant's who I wanted to click on. I'll let Brian hit. And then Abreu can take first base so that I have a lefty option off the bench. Here we go. Taking on the Mets. Ryan McMahon is already on second base. Is that where he will stay? Probably. Abreu, though, the ball gets in the outfield. Never had a doubt. That will score McMahon, and Abreu can get to second. Okay. Let's keep the ball rolling. Never mind. The ball has stopped in its tracks, never to be seen again. Pictureless Scott Randall in now. All right, come on, Sam. And now it's going to be caught. We threatened them for but a moment. And that was that. Well, leadoff triple. Oh, the Mets scored 3 on us. We have to match. Kyle Farmer. 3-run homer. And it's back at the wall. Caught at the warning track. Man, that's the equivalent of Babe Ruth calling a shot and just flies out. How dare they? All right, clean fourth. Let's see if we can get some actual runners to score. As Sam Hilliard swings on a 3-run pitch, and it's caught at the warning track also. How far back is that left field corner at Citi Field? Chris Bryant tries right field. No dice there either. All right. Well, we can hit fly balls all live long day, guys. I need them a little bit farther. All right, Randall's on 72 pitches. Let's get Herman going, and then if he gets hit around, Victor Vodnik is up next. Yeah, Randall's getting hit a bit. Herman, come in, strike out Starling Marte. I believe you can do this. Ground out to the catcher also works, to be fair. Brandon Nimmo gets it through. That's going to score one. The Mets lead grows. Stop me if you've heard that before. And Juan Soto with a run scoring double. We just don't have we have the awkward combination of pitchers who can't really go deep into games combined with a bullpen that's just been poor. Rain is beginning to fall. Not during our comeback, it isn't, as Ryan Ritter hits into an inning-ending double play. I am sensing a theme here. All right, Herman gets a scoreless 6. That means Vodnik is going to get the 7th. Vodnik gives up a run. What else is new? Lucas Gilbreth for the 8th. Never mind. The umps call the rain delay. We're still playing. Cool. Just call the contest, guys. Pete Alonso, solo shot, caught at the track. Ha-ha! How the turntables. All right, Lucas is going in. Shut him down. All right. And runners on first and second. 2 outs. Sam Hilliard gets it into the outfield, but no runners score. Bases loaded for Ryan McMahon. And that's ball game. He struck out on 3 pitches. Well. Yeah, I mean, Randall got knocked. And our hitters just weren't the best there. So a bad way to end May, dropping 2 out of 3 from the Cubs and the Mets. The Marlins are in town now. Wait. Randall played before Turnbull. When was Turnbull's last game? Turnbull was the 27th. Oh, right, the doubleheader. Right. Well, Turnbull should have played that one. Let us sim game 1 against the Marlins. We win it 7-0. Okay, Chris Bryant, 4 hits, 2 RBIs. Okay. A nice shutout there. Turnbull 6 2/3, 9 Ks. Vodnik and Kinley hold it down. All right. And now Anthony Molina is eligible to come off the IL. I think because I want Lucas Gilbreth to have a little bit more run here. So, or do I? No, I don't. Lucas is going to go down to AAA. I think overall he did okay. He just gave up 3 runs to the Cubs, and that kind of nuked all of his numbers. And so Molina can come back. And I'm going to be honest, Scott Alexander in the closer role has been Grim. So he's going to go back to setup man. Molina is going to take closer again. That is that. Let me save really quick. All right. So, Kyle Freeland, you want a trade request. Listen, buddy. All right. The easiest way to make you tradable is if you pitch well. So let's try to do that. McMahon is out. So in that, you know what? Estrada. Let's try something. Doyle leads off. Estrada hits second. Because I need to get Estrada going somehow. And then I am missing a. Yeah, I need a left fielder. So let's drop back to seventh. Bouchard will hit fifth in left field. Taglia can take first, and Jose Bray was hot to DH. All right. We're shifting the lineup around a little bit to try to get some guys working. Let's see how it does. Brenton Doyle, lead off home run. I know he's capable. Can he do it? I'll take a humble center field. Liam Hicks is that catch. Huh. He was in the Detroit Tigers farm system for a bit. That's cool. And Brenton Doyle gets a steal on him though. That's awkward. All right, Estrada, give me something. Hitting second. To the warning track. That'll get down. I am vindicated in my belief immediately. Have I solved our entire team's issues with one simple move? Answer, probably not, but you never know. All right, Jose Abreu. And he hits it deep to right field. Gone. That'll play two. Jose Abreu has arrived as the month of June begins. Michael Toglia, though, had the wrong idea of how to hit the ball out of the park. He had the height, but not the distance. Hops out to the infield. All right, Bouchard walks. Let's get him on the base stealing action. If he decides to go, to be fair. Well, Ritter struck out anyway. Jordan Beck, though, the ball gets down. Okay. Okay, we're looking at some things. The chess pieces are moving to modicum of success. Goodman K's. Unfortunate. All right, Kyle. Don't let me down. Jordan Beck with Ritter on second. Come on. And nice. Infield single. Advances the runner. Yeah, no error there. Let's have Beck run to eliminate the double play. Please. Beck, please. Well, we don't need to worry about the double play, but Beck is that was only the second out of 16 runners that Hicks has thrown out. That's crazy. All right, strikeouts to end it, nothing. Man, Kyle Freeland is still doing well. Ryan Ritter had the error from short. Ah, Brandon Belt with the solo home run. The shutout is gone. The dream. Kyle Freeland, though, still pitching strong. Strata flies out. All right. So, Freeland, how many pitches are you on, my friend? 84. Yeah, let's get Romero warmed up. I'll have Freeland face De Los Santos, but probably not Brandon Belt again. Down goes De Los Santos. Oh, never mind. Romero's still cold. He's getting Belt again. Belt hits it deep. Caught by Doyle. Thank you, sir. Let's be ambitious. Get Hechevera. Yeah, he does. Kyle Freeland, K to end it. Brilliant start from the lad. Seth Romero on to take the 8th. He gets it. Molina will get the 9th inning for the save opportunity, unless we get some insurance runs, which, you know, I am never against. Ryan Ritter, excuse me, solo home run for the kid. Ryan Ritter, 443 feet. Okay. Okay. No complaints there. Jordan Beck, can he beat out the infield single? Yes, he does. We're moving. All right, Beck, here's your revenge. Steal second. I believe in you. Get him. Get him. There we go. Redemption. Hunter Goodman gets the ball down. That will score Beck. Though Goodman is out at second, it looked like. Yeah. All right. It's no longer a save situation, so let's sit Molina down and get Scott Alexander warming up. All right. Kyle Farmer is hit. Rude. Doyle K's. Come on, Estrada. There we go. Line drive to center field. That'll advance the runners. All right. We could get more here. Oh, dang, that scored. Kyle Farmer. He went first to home on that one. That's crazy. Jose Abreu, though, fly out to left. That'll end the insurance run bonanza that transpired. All right, I know Romero's only thrown 8 pitches, but I need to keep these guys somewhat used. So Scott Alexander gets the 9th. Very good day from our offense there. I liked that batting order a lot. I mean, Togley and Bouchard didn't do great, but everyone else did pretty okay. Freeland pitched very well. The fact that he once traded out of here is a little bit annoying, but that is what it is. All right, let's play this set in the last game against Miami with a very similar lineup construction, except, yeah, I want Bouchard to sit. So Doyle's going to hit leadoff. Estrada takes second. Yeah, I'll have Bryant DH. He'll hit third. Toglia 4. Let's have Ritter over Farmer. Ritter hits 6th. Hilliard hits 7th. And then Ryan McMahon, buddy, I'm going to be honest. Unfortunately for you, you're down in 9th right now, okay? But it's not without reason. We're going to have Austin Nola hit catcher, or hit at catcher. Come on, Toglia, 3-run homer. Or a walk. All right. Bases loaded for Jordan Beck, who walks on 4 pitches. Fair enough. We get our first run. Ryan Ritter, though, foul. Come on, man. All right, Sam Hilliard more lower in the lineup than usual, and he Ks. We had bases loaded, 1 out, and we only get 1 run out of it. Not great. The Marlins, by comparison, had runners at first and third with no outs, and they scored 2. So there's that. And another error. Ryan Ritter again in short. Come on, Chris. Well, he advanced the runner. I'm fine with that with no outs. Toglia hits on the 3-1 pitch, and it is caught at right field. Jordan Beck walks again. Ryan Ritter hits it deep. That ball is down at the wall. 1 run will score. And Beck holds up at third, which, let's be frank, the right call there. Ritter scores 1. Also, shout out former Tiger, Derek Hill, who is the only player of like the 8 that they just didn't bring back in arbitration that 1 year that I thought they should have kept. And Hilliard hits it at the wall also. We're moving. We're shaking. The lead is ours. Thank you. Thank you. The camera, like, having to pan to a set position in order for the replay to stop, or the play-by-play to stop, is a little silly. And Nola flies out. I just saw he was 1 of 12 with runners in scoring position. That's a bit bad, ain't it? Austin Gomber already getting hit hard here. Let's see if he can get Otto Lopez to end the inning. And he does. Nice. All right, we get a couple insurance runs, which is good. But yeah, I think, unless here, Mr. Griffin, lefty-righty splits, please. You're crushing righties. Let's see if Gomber can get him. That was the last batter he faces. And he does. Ground out to second. Cool. All right, he's in the red now. Runner Garcia can take over. Into the 5th. Another error. Ryan Ritter again. Shortstop is just cursed to get errors in this game, and I actually hate it. Oh, boy. Pinch hit Brandon Belt. We walk him. Yeah, get Xavier Edwards. Strike him out. Swing. Unfortunately, we did not, in fact, strike him out. That's probably going to score all 3 of them. Yeah. Edwards gets a second. There goes our lead. Oh, boy. And Xavier Edwards did get injured on the play, which is rough. All right. PKs, Otto Lopez. See if we can get Griffin to end the inning. We do. All right. Well, our lead evaporated into mist in that 6th inning. Let's see if Ryan Ritter can bring the boys home. 2 outs, first and second. Sabing. How come their shortstops don't get errors? Huh? It's only my guys. It's ever only my guys. All right, Senzatella's coming in for the 7th. Runners on first and second with no outs. That's exactly how I like to live my life. Ooh, double play ball available? Nah, just first. All right. Do I walk Jonah Bride and his 218 on base percentage? No. All right, they're trying to score from third for the lead, and Ramirez gets home. So the Marlins take the lead here. All right, we got 2 more innings to try to get that back. Senzatella's on 21 pitches. Let's get Seth Romero warmed up. Sam Hilliard, meanwhile, solo home run. Nobody got on base. That'll do. Let's try running on Ramirez. Oy, he got up pretty quick there. Take the second pitch. Strike. All right, never mind. And all right, Hilliard steals second. Nola, bring him home, buddy. And he beats out the grounder. Look at little Ostinola. Look at our lad here. Ryan McMahon. Jeez. He just doesn't have it this year. Like, there's no number here that's good. Because if you essentially triple his numbers, that's going to be what he had, every year. So runs are going to be lower, hits are going to be lower, doubles are going to be higher, home runs are going to be probably bang on, RBIs are going to be a little bit higher, walks are going to be lower, Ks are going to be about the same. Oy vey. All right, Brenton Doyle. Yes, I won't sub him out. Come on, played him. And Doyle K's the third strikeout of the day. Strata follows suit. Man. All right. Break my heart, Senzatella. Get him. Strike out Griffin. Cool. Okay. Bad news is we're down by 1 run. Good news is between Chris Bryant, Michael Toglia, and a potential Jose Abreu pinch hit, I have faith that a solo home run is, in fact, coming. Instead, however, Chris Bryant will ground out. Toglia now. Hits it. That's a pop up to second. All right, Jordan Beck's our last hope here. And he walks. Now, Ryan Ritter has had a pretty good day. However, do I bring on... Nah, I think what I will try to do is have Beck steal second. And Ritter hits it down to left field. Beck does have the wheels. He will get in to home, and we are tied. Ryan Ritter, RBI double. Sam Hilliard is intentionally walked for Austin Nola. They insult you, Austin. 3-run homer. No dice. All right. Yeah, Romero is going to go in for the bottom of the 9th with Molina warming if things get a little shaky. Had we taken the lead, I would have had Molina take it, but since it's just tied, Romero. Oh, Ramirez gets on immediately. Come on, guys. And Ritter can't get there for the grounder. Well, it was a fleeting time as Derek Hill hits it to center. Will not advance any runners, though. The double play is still there. Jonah Bride is the worst hitter ever against righties, so Molina is going to come in to try to get Bride to double play. Come on. Come on, Molina. His first appearance after injury. Second for one. Doesn't get back to first, but we get one of the leading runners. Herberto Hernandez. Can he get the Marlins a walk-off win? The pitch. And it's hit deep to center, but not deep enough. Doyle takes it in. We're going to extras. Whoo! Good job there by the guys. McMahon, I'm going to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you. Sit down. Actually. Hey, Seth, how you doing? Give me your splits. He is literally identical. All right, in that case, I'm going to have Kyle Farmer come into third. I'm taking a hit defensively at third base, but Farmer, I have better luck here just getting on base. And he hits a line drive to left. That will score the runner. And we take the lead. Kyle Farmer, pinch hit RBI, double. Thank you, good sir. Bretton Doyle ground out, but hey, it gets Farmer to third. I now have no pinch hitter for Estrada, though. Oh, diving catch from Derek Hill, and Farmer gets home. That's two. We are going to have Jose Abreu come out to pinch hit for Chris Bryant here. Struck out swinging on a full count. Okay. So, Farmer is going to play at third. Molina is going to stay in. I am going to, however, warm up Tyler Kinley. And a wild pitch moves the runner to third. Okay. And now we have to wait for Nola to walk back because that's just how the animation is working. What is Nola's blocking? 55? Oh, yeah, I checked that earlier. Come on, strikeout to the Santos. That's big. Strikeout is big. Do I walk Kyle Stowers? No, because oh boy, you ever look at someone's on base percentage, just think to yourself, how'd that happen? Stowers grounds out to the pitcher. Oh my. Otto Lopez is up. He does have multiple hits today. Grounded to Kyle Farmer, who makes the throw. That's your ball game. Rockies win it in extras. Well done to the lads. Ryan Ritter. 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Could we have found our shortstop of the future? Probably not, given his zone rating. But, I mean, he's hitting well. But yeah, Gomber got hit. Garcia got hit. Senzatella, I mean, he's put together 3 pretty good showings, which we need desperately from him. So let me advance a couple days and hit the old save button. The Mets again. Please, I can only face Juan Soto so many times. Let me check on Tovar. How's he doing down there? He's not doing that great. He also didn't play for a whole week because I have so many just shortstops down there. I have 2 main fielders. Yeah, I mean Amador, I think, is going to be in AAA just for a while I try to figure out his role. What sucks about Bouchard is he just doesn't have it. And while our organizational depth isn't great at outfield, it's okay to the point where I almost want to just throw Zach Veen up there to see what he can do. But I really want to get Bouchard clicking before then, and he's just not clicking. But that is what it is. Okay, let's play game 1 against the Mets. Sim game 2. All right, so I want Ritter to play here. So Estrada can sit. Ritter's going to take second. Goodman, I'm going to be honest, dude. At this point, Austin Nola can take it. Bretton Doyle can sit. Hilliard moves to center field. Bouchard takes left. Let's rock and roll. All right, Sean Burke facing off, and Tyrone Taylor has been called up for the Mets to play center field. Let's do the old wraparound. See how he does. Well, unfortunate double there to right field. You got this, Burke. Don't even worry about it. Just strike out Jesse Winkler. Thank you. And now strike out Juan Soto. Well, okay. Pop out also works. Not great. Get him, Nola. He didn't get him. He did not, in fact, get him, as Lindor is 9 for 9 on steals. Fair enough. Pop out to Sean. All right. Well, the Mets got a run. Sam Hilliard, leadoff homer. Nope. All right, come on, Ryan. And there we go, a little bloop single. Come on, Jose. There we go. Jose Abreu line drive to left. What a nice bright spot Jose Abreu has been. I'm telling you, Coors Field will revive this man's career. Runners on second and third, one out. Surely Michael Toglia can bring him home. He walks. All right, bases loaded. Bring on the grand slam from Jordan Beck. Announce yourself. Nope. Bring on the grand slam, Sean Bouchard. Let the redemption arc begin. Never mind, he popped out to third. Our hitting ability just dies in that like middle stretch, and it's very upsetting. All right, Jose, take this next pitch. Nah. Pop up foul. All right, Mike. Don't swing. Good man. Okay, Jordan Beck. We're back here again. Runners on first and second. Ground out. Listen, fly out next time, but that fourth time he comes up to bat, he's going to hit it deep. Prepare yourselves. All right, Sean Burke. He's starting to hit a groove here. Kyle Farmer walks. Okay, once again, we're back. Bases loaded. No outs. Here's a genuine question. Do I pinch hit here for Sam Hilliard? Hey, Tyler, really quick. What are your splits against lefties and right? Oh, okay. Lefties hurt him a lot. Come on, Sam. It's to fly out. For a second, I thought that was going to get under, but it didn't. But it does score Bouchard, which helps a lot. Ryan McMahon, though, will ground out to short. All right, well, we tie it up. That at least gives us something to work with. Sean Burke is at 55 pitches. He's still going strong. 70 now. Oh, yeah, they're getting to him now. It's all falling apart. Buddy K's Winkler. Winker. Do I want him to face Juan Soto a third time? Sure. Get him. Fly ball to center. Caught. Will it score? Yes. Dang. All right. So they do get two. Let's have him face Lindor. Nah, he walked him. All right, Herman. Come on in for Alonso, buddy. Don't give up a 3-run homer or so help me. Don't do it. Don't do this to me. Well, to be fair, he didn't give up the homer. So can I really be mad? He did give up a bases clearing double. Man, that's annoying because Sean Burke was having such a good start. All right. And he strike out Bet Beatty. Who hasn't? Man, that's an ugly line for him now. Poor Burke. All right. That is what it is. Do we get runners in scoring position? No. Do the Mets? Yes. Kinley next. I really need to like the bullpen is a serious issue. And the other annoying aspect of this, Herman, he's gone after this year no matter what. Senzatella still has a very annoyingly long contract. So somewhere in this line, we need to figure stuff out. All right, Tao Kinley works a scoreless eighth and ninth. But that is all she wrote. We lose 4-1. Disappointing from the offense. Pete Alonso killed us there. The first year draft combine. I don't even know what we need, bro. We need everything. They're just best player available. That's just simply where I'm at, man. Where do we pick? We pick fourth. Yeah, I'm all best player available. Best player available. Bring him in. Send it, please. All right. Let sim game two with actually. Hold on. So Turnbull pitched on the second. Randall on the first. Okay. So for my future reference, let me flip those two in the order. Randall's up first. How do we do in game two? Drop it 0-6. We only get 2 hits the whole game. Randall gives up 3. Senzatella gives up 2. And just when I said he was doing better. You do this to me, game. All right, Turnbull. There we go. All right, we get something out of it. We take game 3, 6-3. 2 hit days from Hilliard, McMahon, Toglia. Man, Estrada he's not having it. He's not having it. How's he done defensively? Clean. That's pretty good. Hmm. I think for now I'm gonna keep hitting him. I am. All right, Ryan McMahon. It's time. Let's dive into splits for a second. So McMahon, he's really only hit second and ninth. I think second right now just isn't working. So let's have it Estrada second, Bryant third. That's fine. Beck at 5. I just like, but he's not done that very well. So I'm gonna drop him to let's call it 6th. McMahon, I'm going to move up in the order to 5th. Doyle drops to 7. Because Doyle, I just need to find somewhere he can hit. Because leadoff didn't really work. 6th isn't doing much better. So we're just going to keep dropping him. Goodman's fine. And then Kyle Farmer is never leaving that 9th spot. So here we are. And then let me just copy the lineup and the depth chart. Paste it. All right. The second thing I want to look at for splits, Coombs is crushing lefties that is not in right now. Literally everyone there. Okay. All right. So Chris Bryant is out. Jose Abreu is in for DH against lefties. Austin Nola hasn't gotten that many plate appearances, but I mean, Goodman hasn't been great. So Nola takes it. Similar conversation with Ritter, but Kyle Farmer is one of our best hitters. So I think in this case, Ritter will hit second. for Estrada. And then McMahon is just going to have to be in. Ooh, or I lied. How's Carl Farmer been as a shortstop? Hasn't been great. So Farmer takes third. McMahon goes. Ritter to short. Estrada stays at second. And then I know I just messed up the entire order of the step chart, but it's fine. That doesn't give me a lot of flexibility in terms of infield subs, but I like where that's at. Do I want Ritter hitting fifth? Sure, why not? And so then in that case, my pinch hitter is going to be Goodman, pinch runner Bouchard. On this side of things, then pinch hitter is going to be Ritter and then Jose. That does also drop Jose from right, but I think I'm okay with that. And then pinch runner on this side. What's Ritter's speed? Yeah, let's go Bouchard. I guess they're technically the same. Okay, so a little bit of a flip there on that. Okay, let's take a hard look at the bullpen now. So it's not great. I mean, Scott Alexander is gone after this year no matter what. Tao Kinley has a team option that we're gonna take and void his last year because even if we bring him back next year, it's gonna be for a lot cheaper than $5 million. So those two are gone. Senzatella, I'm gonna try to get rid of. Victor Vodnik is here for the long haul. Ronnie Garcia is here for the long haul. Marquez is gone after this year because I'm not re-signing him. Spoiler alert. And then Seth Romero, I'd like to keep. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 relievers that are definitely going to be back. Maybe 5 with Kinley. It's not looking great. Would anyone want Scott Alexander? Like right here, right now. Would anyone be interested in Scotty Boy as his evident nickname? You know, when Kenta Maeda is your best. Hey, Maeda's doing great in the bullpen role for the Tigers. Why couldn't he do that IRL, I ask you? I mean, yeah, that like Rafael Montero is likely a better pitcher, but then I'm also inheriting 11 million, and then I'd have to maybe re-sign him. So none of these are great. David Fletcher, who no, why do they have him as a pitcher? Like I know he did it, but like why? I'm not gonna ask questions. But no prospects, I assume. No. All right. So I think at this point we're just going to hold that bullpen where it is. And then honestly, I know Kyle Freeland wants to be traded, but he's had 2 really good back-to-back starts against the Cubs and the Marlins. And his contract is insane. So, I mean, that trade probably won't happen till the deadline if it happens at all. All right. Game 1 against the Giants. Let's sim it. We take it 2-1. Freeland 7 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run. Notice how he started trying after he handed in his trade request. Coincidence? I think not. Molina gets a save. Estrada got a homer. Okay. Okay. Listen, I'm going to try to make that hitting second thing work with Estrada. Let's play game 2. Gomber versus Robbie Ray. Anybody tired? Nobody's tired. So yeah, it is a lefty. So this is going to be our little rearranged lineup here. But let's see how we do. So far, scoreless. Uh-oh. Juliet Ramos, don't break my heart. No, he broke my heart with the bloop single. Sadness. All right, that scores a 1, but they get Adamas at third. So that could have been worse. All right, we're doing okay. I mean, Robbie Ray is just cooking us right now, though. Maybe Estrada just can't hit the baseball. Have I considered that as a possibility? Answer yes. All right, there we go, Jose Abreu. The other thing that's like swirling over me, right, is the whole purpose of me signing Jose Abreu was he would ball out at Coors Field and then I would trade him to a good opportunity. He has so far been pretty okay, I think. But then if I trade him, my entire offense will just crater in a heartbeat. Because then Chris Bryant will essentially play every single day, maybe. And he's been, average to below average this season. Actually, now I think about that, what are his splits home and away? Home. He is doing worse at Coors Field. Oh, I don't understand it sometimes. I really don't. All right, Gomber, they get another run off of poor old Austin. Let's have Romero get warmed up. All right, Gomber got through the sixth. Pretty good. We got a run. Romero gets through the seventh. Hey, Taglia tied it up with a solo homer. That'll do. Uh-oh. Hey, Tom Murphy, are you better against lefties or righties? You barely have any at bats, but you've done better against lefties. Ronnie Garcia coming in. Rounds out to first. Advances the runner, though. See if he can get Mike Yastrzemski. Dang. Oh, come on. Who's the error on? Throwing error. So Ritter. Dude, like his error is a 65. His arm is a 60. And somehow in 15 games he has 4 errors. I don't understand that. I really don't. I'm just going to let Ronnie Garcia face Adamas. Cool. All right, we need a run. We need a run. And who is up to bat but the one, the only, the Jose Abreu. Who tragically is grounded out to short. All right, Tagle now. Grounds out to second, which means unfortunately, Ryan, you are destined to ground out to first. Or just K. All right. That's a game we should have won. That's frustrating. We really should have won that game, but Ryan Ritter's error, I mean, that's literally the difference. I mean, don't get me wrong. The fact that we only had one hitter get multiple hits is an issue. Our lack of home runs is just like we're one of the worst. We're the worst offensive team in almost every single category. Home runs were fifth. Doesn't seem like we're fifth, but the reason is those runs aren't really translating to wins, which is just frustrating. Pitching, I mean, we're not horrendous. Bullpen ERA were horrendous, and we can't strike anyone out. But we're not that terrible. It's just offensively we can't get anything going, which is a shame, especially since, we're at Coors Field. All right, Schomburg, game 3 against the Giants. Let's go. There we go. We get the win 3-2. Estrada 2 hits. Doyle 2 hits. Hunter Goodman says, don't you forget about me. Gets 3 hits here. Okay. Burke he can't go deep into games. He's like physically incapable of doing so, but That is what it is. Herman Marquez did pretty good, and then Scott Alexander, they gave the save to instead of putting Molina in. Interesting. All right, let's sim game one against the Braves. We take it 4-1. Home runs from Goodman and Taglia. Very nice. I think Jordan Beck is coming back down to earth quite substantially. But that is what it is. Randall did pretty good. Vodnik Molina got the save. Okay. We're starting to put some stuff together here. I mean, 28 and 41, don't get me wrong, it's a bad record, but like, it could be a lot worse. That said, I believe it is still in the don't completely suck category, so that aspect of it, it is what it is. You ever just stare at a screen long enough and hope it changes? I wonder why my bullpen's so bad. Looks at the overall ratings. Oh boy, Senzatella's contract, honestly, is the one that just kills me. I am almost tempted to cut him, but like that's a decent amount of money. It hurts. Everything about it hurts. Does anyone want Senzatella? Just while I'm on the subject and looking around. No. Fair. Let's check the waiver wire. Boomst is available. Answer no one. Austin Barnes and some relievers. How do you know? How are the relievers looking? How do they look? Answer not that great. James Norwood is available from the Dodgers. He's done. I mean, he's not bad. Like for a year, part of me wants to claim him. I mean, he'd be a setup man in that Kinley Alexander role, but honestly, I'll put a claim. I'll claim James Norwood just from a stuff perspective alone. I mean, that ain't bad. I'll put a claim in. I will volunteer as tribute. All right, let's play game two against the Braves. We got Turnbull on the mound against Chris Sale. It's not a mismatch at all. Both Hilliard and Beck are cold. That's rough. All right, so in that case, Bouchard will come in from Hilliard. Beck will drop down to seventh in the grand scheme of things. Kyle Farmer goes to short. Ryan McMahon, you are going to hit against a lefty. Don't make me regret this decision, please. Yeah, and Goodman, I've purposefully not sitting against lefties because he's been horrible, but he's also been bad against righties, so might not be a determinant of anything. See how we do. Do the old spin around. That'll do. That'll do, Doyle. Drake Baldwin, an arm of 50. Dang, he's been like their everyday guy. Neat. All right, Doyle, run on. I believe in you. Strike three. Objection, Your Honor. Oh, strike one. That was a very confusing play-by-play, I feel. There we go, Doyle. Get there, but nope. And a Brave flies out. Yeah. Down goes Taglia also. All right, Spencer Turnbull, I believe in you against the Braves. And we're already down 2-0. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And they might just need 2 runs to win the game at this point. Michael Toglia, 3-run homer, manifest. Nope. He strikes out. Ryan McMahon, though, hits it deep to left, but not deep enough. Verdugo brings it down. Estrada gets to third. Okay, Sean Bouchard. Wild pitch that he swung at. Let's ignore that. Turnbull is got this. He didn't have this. He's not have this anymore. Brenton Doyle, though, deep to left. That's a home run. Thank you. Good night. 5-3. We're coming back. Never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. Estrada deep to center field. God, it's the wall. Come on, man. Rude. Jose Abreu, show him how to hit a home run. Or a harmless little bloop single. A casual bloop single. Toggle flies out. All right. How many pitches is Turnbull at? 79. Yep. Let's get Senzatella rolling. I'll let him face Acuna, who flies out. That'll do. But I want him to face Austin Riley. He's got this. He didn't have this. For anyone at home, he did not have this. All right, let's bring in Senzatella to face Matt Olson, who surely won't hit a home run. To be fair, he didn't. He walked, so he didn't get the home run. I don't actually hate that because it allows the double play. Marcelo Zuna flies out to center. Thank you, sir. Drake Baldwin flies out to center also. That'll do. That'll do. All right. Ryan McMahon, it is time for an honest conversation. How has Chris Sale been against lefties this year? Whoops, I'm looking at the wrong screen. He's been better. So if I pinch hit Ritter, move Farmer, I think that's what I'm going to do. Ryan Ritter is going to hit for McMahon here in the 6th. And he grounds out to short. Fair enough. All right, Bouchard with the solo homer, though. And we have an injury. Oh, no, we don't. It just flipped over and... Right? Yeah, bottom of 6. It just flipped over and didn't want to do that. So Ritter takes short. Kyle Farmer moves to third base. Senzatella, you make me want to weep and then die. Ozzy Albies deep to center field. That, my friends, is a 3-run homer. The Braves lead is now up to 4. I mean, you're definitely not coming out now. Walk Matt Olson. I dare you. Thank you. Surely we can score 8 runs on Chris Sale. Ooh, bases loaded. Jose Abreu, bring it home. Tragically, oh no, he hits the ball on the ground, but it's a throwing error from Austin Riley. Bases are loaded from Michael Toglia. Do I want Toglia to face Lucas Sims? Yes. And he hits it deep back to right field. Gone. Grand slam. This game is tied. Thank you. We have a classic here in Atlanta. Never didn't have it. Ryan Ritter walks. Let's try to get him in scoring position. So it's not that I don't trust the hitters that are behind him, such as Bouchard, Beck, and Nola, but that's kind of where we're at. And unfortunately, Ritter got the slowest leadoff ever. So he goes down, and as does Bouchard. Senzatella, I'm going to need you to sit down. Then I'm already going to warm Scott Alexander up for Kinley. All right, Kinley gets through the 7th. Nothing doing. We get the lead. Oh, we're rolling. Estrada. There we go. Doyle, please steal second. I believe that you can do this. I have faith. All right. There we go. And nothing doing. Abreu grounds out either way. Okay. So, Scott Alexander for the 8th. I am going to warm up Molina in case this goes ugly. That's one. Come on, Ozzy Albies. I really want to get these guys out in the 8th. Duh. All right. Hmm. All right, Acuna. Yeah, it's about the same lefty or righty. In that case, I'll let Scott Alexander face him. Hmm. That's not deep enough. Caught to Doyle. Thank you. Austin Riley, same question. You have been much better against lefties. So we're going to bring in Molina for the 4-out save. And if we can get through Riley, that'll really help. Because I don't want Matt Olson to have runners in scoring position when he comes up. And he won't. Well done. We get Austin Riley. Cool. Okay. So I think Togley is going to hit, Ritter's going to hit, and then I think I'm going to bring in Hilliard for Sean Bouchard if we get a runner on base. That's my plan. That's the plan of attack. And Ritter hits it deep. That ball is gone. Michael Toglia, sir. Welcome back, my friend. His 20th home run of the season. Okay. Okay. I think genuinely my decision of playing him in right field to start the year was one of the more wacky decisions I've ever had. But my plan of attack was that Jose Abreu would, play first, and then I quickly discovered that was a terrible idea. Sean Bouchard gets on first. I was never going to pinch hit for him. Nah, never. All right, let's see if Bouchard can steal second. Help back out a bit. It looks like they have no jump, which is where it gets me with all the steals. And Beck grounds into a double play. That's your ninth. Okay. So 2-run lead Molina will take into the ninth. Olson, Ozuna, and Drake Baldwin. Matt Olson flies out to right. That'll do. I don't think there's any. Nah. I was about to see if Hilliard was better defensively than Bouchard, but they're the same. All right, Ozuna. Right, Ozuna gets on with the bloop single. I am going to start warming up Romero in case there's a lefty righty matchup I really like. And a 4-pitch walk to Baldwin. Jurickson Profar is pinch hitting. Mr. Profar, give me splits. Oh, okay. He is a lefty killer. So Molina is going to face Profar. Come on, strike him out. Don't walk the bases loaded. Well, he didn't walk the bases loaded, but the bloop single gets down. That'll at least score one. Never mind, we hold him a third. Verdugo, same question. You are worse against righties. Come on, Molina. Come on, buddy. The ball's hit to third, over for one, so the double play doesn't get there. Michael, I can't believe the lineup flipped. All right, I am going to bring in Seth Romero because the lefty matchup is more favorable and Molina is in the orange. So Romero, all you got to do, baby, is get Michael Harris out. 2-2 count for the win. The pitch. And he struck him out. We take the game from the Braves. Holy, that's the game of the season for us. 10-9 with a grand slam in there. That's game of the season. Doyle, Bouchard, Toglia, and Austin Nola all hit home runs. Very nice. Doyle also had 2 steals this game. Turnbull, Senzatella, they got roughed up a bit, but the rest of the bullpen did pretty well, all things considered. Romero came in to save the day. And we beat the Braves. We take game 2. That means we took the series. Took the series against the Braves, which is huge. Huge. All right, I am going to sim game 3 against the Braves. And that is where I think this video will end. We got Kyle Freeland against Ronaldo Lopez. And it goes our way. We win it in 12. As we scored 3 runs in the 12th, but they only scored 2. Oh my. Oh boy. Ignore the fact that they needed to score 5 runs in the 7th and 8th to tie it up. Ignore that. So Freeland didn't do great. Ronnie Garcia got killed, which is not good. His ERA is starting to go up. But Kinley, Alexander, Shumdown, Vodnik's the one that got hit. And then Herman Marquez came in The 1-out save again. Wow. Good job, guys. Chris Bryant with a homer to open. McMahon, Hilliard, Toglia got homers. That's pretty good. Estrada with 4 hits. Jordan Beck went 0 for 5. All right, I think I am making the executive decision. I am sending Jordan Beck back down to AAA. I'm making that executive decision. I think right now it's just not working out for him. In terms of which outfielder will replace him, here's the thing. Kind of low on outfielders right now. Yeah, like there's 4 right now because there's Thompson's out, GJ Hill is out. Hmm. Hmm. Saw my play development really quick. So yeah, Fernandez, Freeman, Veen. I'm thinking Yanquiel Fernandez or Zach Veen. I think Kyle Freeman can play center, but no, that wouldn't make much sense. I think Zach Veen is the best option available. So Zach Veen, welcome, my friend, to the Rockies. I also currently have no right fielder. We're going to sidestep that. So Sean Bouchard is very unhappy about his performance, the team record, and his role in the team, i.e., he's not starting because he has been terrible. In June, he did do better in May. All right. Here's what we're doing. So Bouchard is going to hit in right field, but he's going to bat 7th. And Doyle is going to move up to bat 6th. And then Zach Veen is going to be our swing outfielder. We'll see how that goes. How has he done against lefties this year? He's been pretty okay, to be fair. All right. Let's give Zach Veen a run here. So Jordan Beck goes down. Zach Veen coming up. Both Estrada and Kyle Farmer are needing rests, which that'll be fun to figure out amidst this mess. I did see that James Norwood had the claim was successful. So I'd like to get him in our bullpen. Question is, how do I do that? I mean, Senzatella, like, I think I just have to cut him. The problem with cutting him, and so right now the way his contract works, he has the rest of the 12 million this year, 12 million next year. And then, however, if I go to release him, he'll get paid just about 19 million, i.e., the remaining of the 2 years, and it'll get spread out over 3 years. So this kind of operates under the assumption that I would have taken the option, which doesn't get me out from under this contract. However, also we're not that desperate for money in all actuality. So I think I'm just gonna make one last chance. I know no one wants it if it's flat. I just want to look. Okay. 50%. Even if it's 75%, I'm essentially taking a loss on the first year. So I really don't want to do 75%. Yeah, nobody wants Senzatella. Okay. I am going to wave the white flag on Antonio Senzatella. We are going to release him from his contract. I think I tried, man, but he just doesn't have it. I would love to look for like a silver lining, but he just hasn't been great. And I think at this point, it sucks that we're gonna just pay out this big contract, but I think we have to. So Senzatella has been released. Goodbye, my friend. So long. Thanks for all the fish. So he won't appear on our salary screen anymore, but it will essentially mean that the total money available we have next season, year after that, will be X million less because of that. So, all right, Norwood is in. Let us place him on the active roster. He is definitely a setup guy. So Kinley is going to drop to middle relief. Norwood will be a setup guy. And look, James Norwood, it's not like he's, a young spring chicken. He's 31 years old. But his stuff plays, and we need at this point guys who have good pitches, because in our bullpen, it's really only two other guys, Kinley and Romero, that have good pitches. So I think we get Norwood in here, see what he can do, and hopefully we have a good piece to our bullpen next year. But a shame that I have to cut Senzatella. I would have liked that to work out, but that is what it is. I think now the question becomes, do we, give Herman the rest of the season with us, or do we release him too out of his contract? So, don't know. But what I do know is that we're looking pretty good so far in the month of June. Obviously, we lost the series 1-2 against the Mets, but swept the Marlins, swept the Braves, and took the Giants 2-1 in the series against them. So overall, looking okay. We're 30-41. So don't get me wrong, we're not close to 500, but we are starting to creep back towards that mark. For reference, at 30-41, we are still accounts as sucking completely. So it's still red in the eyes of the owner, but we'll see what happens. I think we have a lot of interesting decisions coming up with a lot of these players. Next video, I think off stream, I'll play out most of June. And then July, the focus will be these opening series, the draft, which is on the 11th, and then get to the All-Star break. Then things will get very wacky very quickly. But honestly, 30-41 I'll take, especially with the amount of injuries we've had. I just really, really need this bullpen to settle. And hopefully bringing in James Norwood will help with that. Hopefully. But the bar is quite low. So thank you all for watching. I know there hasn't been a video in a little bit, but I should hopefully have one tomorrow as well, where we will get through a little bit of July. We'll have the draft. Who even knows what that's going to look like? We have the 4th pick. We're taking a college player, best player available. Like, position doesn't really matter. We just need a college guy, best available, and he won't cost us an insane amount of money. We'll see how that goes. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good day, everyone.